Glaads, this is the episode you've all been waiting for. I played with Daniil Medvedev, warming him up for one entire week in Dubai, and we went to party together. I'm pretty sure that's enough for the teaser. Let's go. What's up, Glaads, and welcome back to Gladiatorstribe. And yes, you read that right again, but I guess this time it's no surprise to anyone that I got to warm up Daniil Medvedev for the entire week of the Dubai Duty Free Atp 500 event in Dubai. But this time it was even more fun because we got to go to the players party together with Daniil and his entire team. Guys, this is not going to be a bite-sized vlog whatsoever. There's so much I want to talk to you about, and yeah, I'm super excited. Let's go. In the evening before I was supposed to play with Daniil, we went to the tournament desk to see which players booked what courts, times, and hitting partners.
Let's go.
And we also checked out the signed gifts that were laying out there for all types of giveaways happening in the tournament. The next day we went to the club really early and found out that they remove the trophy every night and put it back in the box every morning. And Nico took selfies with Andrei Rublev's fan because people keep confusing them.
Alright guys, right now Nico's gonna do the warm-up because he's hitting with Monfils, and then after that I'm hitting with Medvedev back to back, and then I'm hitting with Medvedev, and then right after I'm hitting with Chorish. It's like back to back, one after another. So
I, of course, had to warm up properly before the practice, so like always, I went to the gym. That over there is Andrei Rublev, by the way, and yeah, went to the gym, did some simple physical warm-up, and got ready to go to the court.
Fuck. Is that in the frame?
We were supposed to play on court 5, so I went there a bit earlier to set up the cameras, as that was going to be quite a process, and also I wanted to hit a few balls with Nico. We were supposed to start with Med at 3:30, but he seemed to be quite a bit late to the warm-up. But then the door of the court opened. I thought it was gonna be him, but it was actually Gilles Simon, Medvedev's current coach, who works with Daniil together with Gilles Servara, and I'm sure you guys all know who Gilles is, but anyways, he told us that Daniil was waiting for me on court 7, and that's when I realized that, well, I'm late to the warm-up of the first seed of the tournament, and that all the effort that went into putting these cameras up was useless, and we might not get any footage from this practice. But anyways, I got my racket and sprinted to the court number 7. Daniil was not pissed at all, but as we all know from last year's, he's a super chill guy who doesn't stress for no reason. Well, unless we're talking match and on court. But yeah, it was great to hit with him again, and actually I have to say that this was the first time in the 2 weeks that we played there where I felt pretty much relaxed playing with a top player. I wasn't really feeling the pressure and wasn't too tight, even though on the other side of the court was a Grand Slam winner and the next #1 in the world, not to mention Gilles Simon. We started off quite slow and gradually kept increasing the rhythm. Daniil is the type of guy who keeps the rally going even if you miss a shot out, and doesn't complain like ever, and that does really make the training flow. Daniil was going to play Shevchenko today, and this was going to be his first match since the final of the Australian Open. He had to skip Rotterdam and Doha this year because of an injury, and this was a pretty important match for him. As I'm talking to you, Glaads, I can already see the intensity of the rallies getting higher and higher, and so is the intensity of Daniil's grunt.
Medvedev and Grisha.
Here's a view for you guys to better see Daniil's technique, and as we switch the view, we start with the forehand cross courts. Daniil doesn't take long before doing a few switches down the line from the cross courts and then suggesting to switch to backhands.
So easy for this guy. ¡Vamos! Fucking I won.
And here I do have to flex a little bit by saying that I feel absolutely chill doing backhand cross courts with Daniil, and I guess with any other player as a result. The intensity is about the same as the one I usually play on my trainings, and nor the depth or the spin was really hurting me much. That is stationary, of course. Moving or playing the point is a whole other story. After doing the cross courts, we took a break and, like always, discussed cars. For those who don't know, Daniil is a massive car guy, and that's literally the first thing we talked about when we first met. So while we're taking this quick break, I want to tell you, Glaads, about Royaltiz, which is actually a platform that Daniil takes part in. Royaltiz is a platform that allows you to invest in your favorite athlete's success and share a percentage of their earnings, whether that's prize money or endorsements. I've explained how it works in a previous video, check it out over there if you haven't seen it, but this time I want to share my experience with Royaltiz so far and also show you how to purchase the Roys. So the first thing you want to do is follow the link down in the description below and create an account. It will ask you to verify your identity by sending some kind of legal document, but the verification happens really quickly, so don't worry about that. Once you've created and verified your account, you can make your first purchase. To do that, you will need to deposit some money on your account. You can do it by credit card or a bank transfer. Credit card is way faster, so that's the one that I use. And a little catch here is that the smallest amount you can deposit is 15 euros. Not really cash, but that's just the way it is. Anyways, once you've done that, you can start getting your Roys. I, of course, spent all of my deposit on Medvedev, and I actually made the right choice. When you choose the amount of Roys you buy, it also shows you the impact that it will have on the value of the Roy, which is kind of cool. In my case, it doesn't really affect it whatsoever, but yeah. What's annoying is that Royaltiz charges a commission for your purchase of Roys, so you kind of start love 15 down on your serve when purchasing for the first time, but if you invest in the right athlete, that gap will be paid out, and plus when you purchase your first Roys with my link, you will get an extra random Roy that will also be worth something, and you can just sell it right away if you want to keep that money. After buying Medvedev's Roys, I didn't do anything with them for a couple of days, and the price of the Roys went up and I ended up making almost 2 euros. I should have definitely bought more. So yeah, Glaads, there's so much more to explore on the platform, including prizes, rewards, missions, and hundreds of other athletes, and not just tennis players. So yeah, feel free to check out the link to Royaltiz down in the description below and get your first Roys and invest in your favorite athlete. It was then time to play some volleys, and listen, Glaads, for everyone saying that Daniil is bad playing at the net or has a bad touch, shut up, you have no idea. The guy can literally get to any shot at the net because he's long and somehow super fast, and he can place the ball exactly where he wants to when it comes to touchy shots at the net. It was then my turn to hit the net for him to practice the faster paced shots and the passing shots. Come on. Come on.
No, just Daniil Medvedev and Bishop chatting, talking a bit about life, you know, just hey, how's life going, you know.
Then I guess you can kind of tell it was time to warm up serves and returns.
Set match. Pusha. 6-low.
He actually did that shadow serve thing several times during this practice, then some of the upcoming ones as well, which is kind of interesting.
I can't believe he speaks French.
But yes, this was the end of the first warm-up with Daniil Medvedev. Glaads, if you're enjoying this video so far, feel free to hit that like button because that helps the YouTube algorithm you know, understand that you guys are liking the video, so it pushes it in the suggested videos for everyone else. And I'm about to ask for a crazy huge number, but I just want to see if we can surpass the success of the last year's video with Daniil Medvedev. So Glaads, let's see if we can do 7.5k likes. I know that's crazy, but Glaads, I think you can do it.
How do you feel, Grisha, after
guys,
hitting with the world number 4?
Let's just say soon to be world number 1 again, instead of world number 4. But yeah, I mean, I love Med. He's a great guy. The first time in the whole 2 weeks that I've been here that I felt the ball somewhat decently, and I served pretty well. Like I actually, like, first and second serves were going in, which it was not the case the entire week. So I'm actually very happy. He's playing Shevchenko.
All the effort.
Guys, if only you knew how hard it was.
Oh my gosh. They're never gonna know the struggle, Grisha.
Look at this, guys. Ah. And I'm late again to do the practice with
Wait,
Medvedev.
last year you were late the first day, no?
No, the last day. But
on the finals?
yeah.
You're a really good hitting partner.
How disappointed I was when they were like, we're on that court over there. I'm like,
Did you ask him to change?
he was like, I was like, they told me course 5. And he was like, wait, what? Did I f up or did they f up? I'm not sure. But yeah, let's play here. If they come, someone comes, we go to that court. I'm like, okay.
Oh,
I was like, yeah, because I had all the cameras set up, and he's like, oh.
I don't think he knew how hard it is.
Yeah, if only he knew just how hard it was.
Okay, after this YouTube video, he's gonna see how hard it is.
On that day, everything was getting prepared for the players' party, which was set to take place tonight.
Now it's good. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to the central court. Nico here drinking Pepsi, unhealthy.
It's a diet Pepsi.
Diet Pepsi? No, it's not. It's the normal one. Not even that.
So, we got to watch the match from 2-1 down without a break, but Shevchenko was playing really well and Daniil was struggling quite a bit, considering he couldn't properly serve because of his shoulder and Shevchenko was absolutely destroying his serves and winning easy points. It was really not boosting the confidence much. Daniil has this thing where he likes the ball kids to pass the balls and stay at a certain place before the point starts, and he sometimes takes quite some time before starting the point to direct them. And what was super annoying is that every time I filled the point, Daniil would lose it.
So far so good, guys. First shot is ours and we're 2-1 up.
Daniil did end up taking the match in 2, although 10 sets, and was on to the second round. And that's us over there. Quite a few of you Glaads noticed me in the box and DM'd me on Instagram, so that was nice.
He's acting chill and everything, but
did take a week and a half off,
he did get a little,
myself,
you know, a little tired at some point.
Here and there, so you're not practicing 100%.
So this was one hell of a match against a really tough opponent. Shevchenko played really well, and that's considering that he was injured as well. I think he had something with his elbow. We talked a little bit after the match. By the way, he turned out to be a great guy. I already learned that last year. They were warming up with Pavel Kotov at some point, and I was supposed to play on that court after them, and he was like, hey, I watched your channel, great stuff, keep it up. So, you know, that was really nice. And yeah, he's super humble, chill, down to earth, great guy. But now that the match was over, it was time for the players party. The only way that we could get into the players party is if one of the players invited us to it. And guess who we got the invitation from? Yeah, Daniil Medvedev. Not directly from him, but it was Sasha, who is the sister of Dasha, who is the wife of Daniil. She was the one who organized the invitations for us, and we were super excited, to say the least.
Welcome to the Players Party. This is the best Players ATP party in the whole tour. I'm still here.
We didn't just get to enter the place thanks to Medvedev and his team, but we sat at the table with them.
Normal day. It's a normal day.
Moe Chandon was doing a giveaway of a bottle of champagne, and Dasha won that bottle for the second time in a row. She also won that bottle last year and opened it after Daniil took the title. When Medvedev arrived, the camera crew immediately surrounded him to do the interview and take photos with the organizers and the sponsors of the tournament.
Do you know that your wife won the main prize? Last year she won 2. How are you going to take that massive bottle of champagne back if it's still there?
When that was over, so like after half an hour, he came to the table together with Dasha and we had dinner, which was actually really, really good.
So the 4 red ones, and my friend said to me, Thomas, if you're a real magician, you should be able to change these 400s to, you know, the yellow ones, the 200s?
Whoa! Can you do that with euros?
While we had the dinner, there was a magician at the event who was doing some pretty impressive tricks actually.
Whoa! Nico, what just happened? Tell the Glaads what just happened.
We had the most amazing night, probably of my life, or no?
Damn. We had dinner at the players. First of all, we got access to the players party.
Exactly.
And Sasha, thank you very much for that. Really appreciate it. It was wonderful and beautiful and incredible. And then we sat at the same table with Daniil Medvedev and his team, his entire team. So that includes his wife, the sister of his wife, Sasha, his agent, and it was just wonderful. We didn't take any pictures or really film anything because it was kind of,
people were
you know,
taking pictures. So
yeah, but we didn't want to disturb, right?
Actually, so like I was in that table, so people thought I was Rublev, and they were just asking for pictures and saying, "Hey, blah, blah, blah," and talking to me, you know. That's nice.
Yeah, but anyways, oh, actually no, I did try to take a video of Daniil with Dasha. And then this woman came up to me and she was like,
pushing you, but don't do it for me, man.
You're not allowed to do this. I'm like, I'm with them. She's like, I know who you are. I'm like, what? But anyways, yeah, great night.
Weird.
Yeah, that was very weird.
Yeah, Glaads, this was one hell of an experience, and I have to thank Dubai Duty Free for organizing, well, the tournament, of course, and also the players party, because it was an absolute blast. We had so much fun, so thank you. And also thank you to Sasha, Dasha, and Daniil for having us there with you guys. It was great and awesome, but let's not forget that tomorrow I have to warm up Daniil Medvedev for the second round, and although I did go to bed pretty late on that day for obvious reasons, I woke up pretty early the next day. Like always, the day started with a quick coffee at the players lounge and the usual warm-up in the gym. We then headed to the courts. This time we were gonna play on the lucky court number 2, and I wanted to go there earlier to hang the cameras like always and set up the 360 camera so that this time you Glaads get to see all of the small interactions. When Daniil arrived, Jill opened a new can of balls and Daniil very carefully picked out the racket that he was going to warm up with. Daniil actually strings like 6 rackets every day before his match, and that's nothing really new for the pros, but that just tells us how sensitive he is to the tension of the rackets. I can totally relate because I restring my rackets when they lose tension, not even waiting until the actual string breaks. And by the way, Daniil and I use the same string, the Razor Soft 125. It's my favorite string right now and I've been using it for the last year. I totally recommend you guys give it a shot because it's just great. I will leave a link down in the description below for that. And also something that I want to try myself is Daniil's racket. Yes, we do have a review of his racket on our channel already, but I want to give it another try because I think I might like it even more this time. But yeah, if you guys want to get Daniil Medvedev's gear or any other pro player's gear, I will leave links down in the description below to Tennis Warehouse, where they have like this awesome section with pro players gear where you can just find your favorite player and see what they play with, so you don't have to Google through internet searching what racket the player uses and whatever. And if you're gonna end up purchasing something, don't forget to use our exclusive discount code because well, you're gonna save some cash and that also helps the channel. So yeah, now back to the warm-up.
You have balls already? It's new balls or?
Даня, привет.
So we start the warm-up from the baseline straight away without hitting any balls from the half court, but we do start off slow. And remember the little guy who said hi to Daniil in the beginning of the session? Look how proud he was about Daniil's reaction. That's really cute. When we were warming up in the gym, Daniil was there with his fitness coach Eric Hernandez and his coach Gilles Simon. Gilles came up to me and asked me to slice more during the practice because Sonego uses the backhand slice a lot. He said don't overdo it, but from now and then change the rhythm a little bit with the slice. And he said that in a way so that Daniil doesn't hear it, which was kind of interesting. He also mentioned not to do it right away from the beginning of the warm-up, but rather warm up a little bit and then start to slice. So here's where I hit the first slice and Gilles was like, yep, that's exactly what I was coming here to tell you about. Perfect. I can spend hours talking about how weird, maybe ugly for some, and unorthodox Daniil's technique is, but I absolutely love it. So yeah, I'll stop talking for a little bit so you can enjoy the rally. After the sexy approach and the finishing volley, we switch to the forehands, and that is always the part of the warm-up that I struggle the most with, as my forehands can sometimes slightly collapse for no reason. This time though, it was fine, but what was annoying was that no matter how deep or aggressive or spinny I played the forehand, it just wasn't hurting Daniil whatsoever, and he could just easily, with absolutely no effort, return it back or switch it down the line. I guess it's something you kind of come to expect. The guy is one of the best players in history, but still annoying. After doing a few shots cross-court, Daniil would switch the ball down the line and then start over. That's pretty much the usual warm-up scenario for Medvedev, which he follows every time. Backhands, and here again I'm just chilling and truly enjoying the rally, as the confidence on my backhand, unlike on my forehands, never fades. By the way, notice just how short Daniil's forehand backswing is. Firstly, he does it from the bottom, and secondly, he literally loads the shot in a split second, and yet the shot is super powerful and heavy. Glaads, are you subscribed to the channel, or are you one of the 80% of the people watching this video not subscribed? I don't know, but if you are subscribing right now, might as well hit the bell so you don't miss any of the future uploads. But for now, yeah, back to the video. After doing some last slices and switches down the line, it was time for a break. I noticed Daniil taking way fewer breaks compared to last year, where he would sit down to drink water every 5 minutes of the warm-up almost. My French-speaking Glaads, let me know what they're talking about here down in the comments below while we start the volleys.
Et après tu repars d'un peu plus loin quand t'es chaud.
It's time for the smashes, and here Gilles is telling me to throw very easy lobs so that Daniil can let the ball bounce and not force the shoulder too much.
I'll do some separate sumo stuff. I got them talking. You could go up there.
Time to warm up the serve, and you can actually tell a little bit that Daniil is being slightly more careful on the serves to maybe not force his shoulder as much with these first few serves especially, but then he eventually gets the rhythm and starts serving properly. But yeah, injuries are definitely one of the most annoying things in our sport. By the way, for those who didn't notice, the serves are still super hard to return.
Я думаю, там вторые подают.
It's our turn to serve now. It might seem like I'm serving alone, but Medvedev is in fact on the other side of the court, just out of the frame. But here's a slightly better view for you Glaads to see just how far back he stands on the returns. On the second serve, he gets way closer so we can at least see him. Daniil was telling me to serve in different places, unlike usual where I just do first tee, first wide, second tee, second wide. But I guess he just wanted to dial in the returns to the marginal parameters.
Чё, как плечо?
А?
Как плечо?
Нормально.
Нормально?
Сейчас уже.
Супер.
Time for the other side, and again Daniil keeps switching directions of the serve quite randomly. Eppa, did you see that return? My turn to serve now, and I must say that I did a pretty good job, missing very few, even fast-paced serves and placing them quite well and hard.
Подача хорошая, молодец.
This one is funny. So he misses the return and goes. He didn't have to, but you know, quite nice of him.
Перетекаем туда, где выгоднее.
Только селфи.
Тут наоборот, платим. Я уже мечтаю о закрытии.
To finish, he asked me to serve with 3 random second serves and nails all of them, and with the perfect last few shots, we end the warm-up.
Я там подпишу. Вот там, если подойдете, я сейчас выйду вот там.
Я тоже, если надо.
Все. Спасибо, давай, наверное, за завтра. Давай. Вон там, вы.
Alright, boys and girls, done with the warm-up. Medvedev is playing Sonego today. Actually, Gilles Simon, his coach, told me to play a little bit more slices because Sonego likes to play slice, so that's what I did. But anyways, let's go watch the match.
It's always a struggle to get out of the practice course when following Medvedev, as the fans just don't let you through.
What's this guy doing there?
There is a former Dubai quarter-finalist. He is the current world number 48 and has won 3 ATP Tour singles titles. And his second round opponent is the top seed, Daniil Medvedev. Daniil Medvedev is the defending Dubai champion. He is the world number 4 and he is a Grand Slam champion. Please welcome the top seed.
I, of course, went to watch the match afterwards. I only filmed 1 point because the curse of me filming and Daniil losing the point continued into this match. But oh my god, was Sonego playing well. The match was super nerve-wracking, but Daniil took the W in 3 very tough sets and was into the quarterfinals. This was one of the most stressful matches of my career, like counting the ones that I actually play.
Nah guys, this is way too stressful.
Yet we were into the second round, where Daniil would face Alejandro Davidovich Fokina, who was warming up with Nico for the entire week, and this is gonna be a lot of fun. Glaads, I really hope you've enjoyed this episode of Gladiatorstribe. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to not miss the next episode, the part 2, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.